the entrance into the mystical life, it's not something that you can control. You can dispose yourself to it, right?
Right.
So notice how Matt just used that expression, ascetical life. And these are actually technical expressions in theology. Like we would say that your prayer can be ascetical prayer, but eventually it may become mystical prayer. So just to formulate the distinction, when a person is in those beginning stages, purgative states, and most people live in the purgative state, their prayer is going to be ascetical. It's going to be vocal prayer, it's going to be meditation, and it means that they're the primary mover. You know, they pick up the rosary, they go to pray, they need to initiate it, even if there's like a, inspiration of God's grace, they're still the primary mover. But then, with mystical prayer, if a person has been diligent to their spiritual exercises, if they've worked on overcoming sins in their lives, if they've loved the Lord very sincerely, they may enter into the illuminative state. You enter the illuminative state through a dark night of the senses, period of darkness. I had a spiritual director, without naming names, of course, I'll just share aspects of her story just to let people understand how real this is. This isn't just, theology. This young woman shared with me how she went through 9 months of darkness, felt like God was absent. He left. It was just desolation, dryness. And then after those 9 months, she said, "Father, it's as if something happened to me. I began to feel the Spirit of God within me. And it's as if I can be around a group of people, and yet I feel Him within me, palpably." And I said to her, "It sounds like you went from the purgative states through a dark night of the senses in those 9 months, and then came out on the other side of that tunnel and experienced infused contemplation." Infused contemplation is the beginning of mystical prayer, and it is when God becomes the primary mover. You begin to feel His presence in your soul. Teresa of Avila called it, quote, "the invasion of the soul by the supernatural."